All right. Welcome to the Active Mom Podcast, episode 0, our very, very first one. This is a little bit of time coming. I'm your host, Dr. Carrie Pagliano. I'm a pelvic floor physical therapist, CrossFitter, kind of a yogi mom sometimes, and pretty much an aspiring super mom. My mission with this podcast is to get information into the hands of moms and postpartum professionals to help all of you make better decisions about how to get back to the things that we want to do postpartum, whether it's running, CrossFit, yoga, Pilates, HIIT, you name it, to kind of reduce that fear of what we should and shouldn't be doing and just have a real mom approach to some things that we can do that are actionable and realistic and just kind of cut the crap that's out there and bust some myths and things like that along the way. So a little bit about me. I have been a pelvic floor physical therapist for over 20 years. I'm based out of Arlington, Virginia. Never would have thought I would have been a pelvic floor PT and did it even before I had my two kids. But I was that person that thought I was going to be incredibly prepared going into my first pregnancy and delivery. I even laminated my birth plan. Not afraid to admit that. My son did not read it. He's 11 now. He still hasn't read it. And so things didn't go according to plan. And I think that's really where my career trajectory shifted, because I literally thought I knew all the things. And when I went to put them to use on myself, not only in pregnancy, but in postpartum, it didn't work. And so at that point, you question everything that you ever were taught or everything you ever did or every client you ever worked with. And you either accept it and move on and do something different, or you just quit and go home, which wasn't an option. So my personal journey, I think, is really sort of fed my strong advocacy for helping moms get good information, because if this is my actual profession and it was hard for me to find answers, I can't even imagine how difficult and confusing it is for a mom without that kind of background to kind of unpack kind of what to do and what voices to listen to and that sort of thing. So that's a little bit about me. Why start a podcast? I already love to talk anyway. One of my favorite things to do is to chat with postpartum professionals, and especially those that are incredibly collaborative and want to work together to revolutionize and change postpartum care and work together as a team, an interdisciplinary team. So I already love talking to colleagues like that anyway, and I love talking to moms that share their stories, because I realize that my story is just a story, and so if I can share with people, moms that thought that their journey was hopeless and they were able to find resources to help them move forward, and they were told that they couldn't run or they couldn't go back to CrossFit or things like that, but they found people to help them. I think the more that we can amplify those stories and pay it forward to the generations of moms to come, the better. So, what does this mean as far as coming attractions? My goal in kind of doing this podcast is quick hits, so short interviews, but to get to the point of giving moms and coaches and physical therapists actionable things to do, different ways of looking at things, ways to challenge what you're currently doing and kind of look at it in a different way. I also need to be entertained when I learn, so hopefully you'll have a little fun along the way. And honestly, some of the women that I meet, not only as clients, but my colleagues, are some of the most incredible women and moms kind of that I've ever met. So I think to be able to share kind of some of those stories, it's just an absolute gift. So that's kind of the plan moving forward. So hopefully you'll learn a little something, you'll get a little entertained and question and critically think and find a pathway forward that maybe you never thought was possible. So I hope to have you keep joining us on the Active Mom Podcast, and we'll see you soon.